And I'm back. And what I got here today is something I found on the roadside. I found this generator. Someone had thrown it out. It's a Tecumseh, and they got the cord pulled out of it. And the tank looks good. And what is it? It's a Coleman Powermate 5,000 watt generator. And so I'm gonna look into seeing if I can get this thing freed up and see if it'll run. Maybe take a bit of work, but I'll keep you posted as it goes. First thing I'm gonna do is drain the gas out of it. There's it seems that there's gas in it. I don't know how old the gas is, but yeah, it's full to the top in gas. Huh. Okay, and take this little side cover off the carburetor, because that's where the hose goes to. I'd like to disconnect it right at the carburetor if I can. There was 2 screws here, one up here. The little cover comes out. Okay. And okay, so we're gonna see if we can get that fuel line off of there. Looks like it comes right around. Let's see, right to there. I got the valve turned off. This was wide open here, so I turned that off. Okay, let me see if I can get that out of there. Yeah, I just ended up cutting it right here. And I'm gonna open this valve. Just let that run into a can here. Looks like the cap's broken. That plastic piece on the cap's broken, so if it was sitting outside, it's probably getting water in there. Yeah, so this is where the breather goes, the air filter, and that's missing, but that shouldn't be that hard to find. Let's see, the choke lever still works, and the throttle lever moves too on the governor linkage. See there? This is jammed up, so I'm gonna take these bolts off this rewind, and I'm gonna take this front shield off the engine and take the plug out and see if we can get this thing to turn over. Wires that go to the stop switch there. Disconnect those. Okay. This big spider right here, look at that. I don't know if I should really want that on me. Let me see if I can disconnect these wires. There. That's a big guy, eh? Maybe he'll crawl off somewhere else. Looks like he's guarding these egg sacs in here. Maybe she, I think, a female. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, now I'm going to spray some of this Seafoam Deep Creep. It's a penetrating fluid around these bolts on the coil and some other spots, because very often when these get rusty, the rust will jam between the coil and the flywheel. So I'm going to take the coil off, if I can get it off without breaking it, without breaking the bolts off. And that's the thing here now. I may even use some heat, a little bit of heat on those bolts gently, and put some penetrating oil around that spark plug too. Let that soak a bit. Slowly but surely. Okay, so I got the coil off. I let these sit for a day. I soaked those bolts, and I didn't have to use heat on them, but I just tried them really easy. I got the coil off, and you can see, pretty rusty from sitting, and you can see here where it's rusty. So that's gonna all have to be cleaned up, and so I turned it over, and turns over. It's not seized. It was, you know, stuck on here because of the rust. But the engine's not seized. That's a good sign. Okay, so I'm going to take the plug out and put a little fluid down in there. Some WD-40 or extra. Got some PB Blaster. I'm going to put down the plug hole, roll it around a bit. And then I'm going to take the carburetor off and see what we can do about cleaning that up, blowing it out. And we'll go from there. No, that wasn't hardly tight at all. Huh. Let's see. It's pretty fouled. There. Roll that over a few times. Yeah. If the rings are stuck. Well, the engine's not seized though. That's a good sign. And take this cover off the top. Okay, so I got the muffler off and this shroud off. There's the bolts for the muffler there. The bolt that was holding that shroud on from the top here, right here. And I got one more little cover here. It's got a screw on the back. I got to take that out. And then I think what I'm going to do is, instead of taking the carburetor off right here, I'm going to just take the manifold right off the head right here. There's two bolts here. And then we'll be able to clean up that carb. We'll clean up the block. And we'll see if maybe we'll take a look under the cover and check the valves. And not sure if we'll take the head off at this point or not. If we have to, we will. I'm kind of curious what it looks like in there. But that would probably mean having to buy a new head gasket. I'm going to try not to do that if I can help it. So I think we'll just clean it up. We'll try cleaning up the carb and put this back together and see if it'll fire up. Okay, so I just took out the 4 bolts. There's no nut on the other side. It's just 4 bolts that hold the tank down. Let's get that tank out of there. That's out of the way. That makes it so much easier to get at, doesn't it? So on the carburetor, there's only one linkage, and that goes to the governor over here. See right here? Okay. So it's just that one linkage that goes to the main throttle right there. Opens and closes it in relation to the load on the engine. The other one here is the choke. It's manual. Okay, so there's only one automatic setting. There's no you don't have a speed control in this engine. It's controlled exclusively by the load. You know, it's set to a certain spot by the carburetor itself, the initial settings, but after that it just runs on the governor like that. Okay. Okay. what else we can get out of there. Yeah, it doesn't even smell like gas anymore. That's water. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Yeah. Pretty rusty looking. There's the float. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that apart, clean it all up, like I said. I'll take it off up here in a minute. Okay. Get those linkages off of there. Disconnect this from here. Okay, like that. And then that linkage you just disconnect if I pull it straight up like this. Straighten it up. Uh-oh. Just like that. Goes down in like that and bends. Okay. And here we have it. Okay. Okay, let's get that apart and cleaned up.